Welcome to today's lesson in physics. Today we are discussing Lenz's law. We already discussed Faraday's law, which gives the magnitude and direction of the induced EMF and therefore the direction of induced current. But Lenz's law, it is a simple way to get the directions straight with less effort. Actually, according to Lenz's law, the induced EMF is directed so that any induced current flow will oppose the change in magnetic flux which causes the induced EMF. That means if the magnetic flux is decreasing, the induced EMF creates an additional magnetic field. And if the flux is increasing, the EMF will create a decreasing magnetic field. This is how we can explain. Once again, we'll go through the actual statement of the Lenz's law. According to Lenz's law, the direction of induced EMF in a closed circuit is such that it tends to produce a current which opposes the change in magnetic flux that produces it. So, according to Lenz's law, the induced EMF, it will oppose the change which produces that induced EMF. Let's explain this Lenz's law with the help of examples. We consider a conducting loop which is connected to a galvanometer, and we have a bar magnet which is moving towards this conducting loop. We can see the bar magnet is moving in this direction. Now, according to Lenz's law, we have to find out the direction of induced current in that loop. That's what we are going to explain. So here, which change, we will think in that way, which change is producing that induced current. Here, north pole is moving towards the loop. So you know, around a bar magnet, if this is north and south, the magnetic field lines are like this. Starts from north and ends at south. So this is the direction of magnetic field. Magnetic field lines are like this. So the field lines, so when we consider those field lines directions are shown with blue lines here. Okay, so in that direction, so when the north pole approaches the loop, in that direction, that means in the downward direction, the magnetic field is increasing. We can say like that. In the downward direction, the magnetic field or magnetic flux is increasing. So, induced current, according to Lenz's law, it should oppose the cause which produced it or the change which produced it. Here, the change which produces the induced current is the increase in magnetic flux in this direction. In this direction, the magnetic flux is increasing. So, induced current should produce a magnetic flux or field which opposes that change. Increase in magnetic field is producing the induced current. So, induced current should produce a magnetic field which decreases the magnetic field in this direction. Decreasing magnetic field in this direction means induced current should produce a magnetic field in the opposite direction. So, induced current should flow in such a way that it produces a magnetic field in the opposite direction. That means here in the upward direction. Okay, so that is how we can apply Lenz's law here. Now, to find the direction of induced current, we will use right hand rule. So, here we need induced current. That means magnetic field due to induced current in the upward direction. So keeping the thumb, right thumb, you can see this picture. Okay, keeping the right thumb in the upward direction, curl the fingers of the right hand. So the direction shown by the curling of fingers, that gives the direction of induced current. So here we can see that it is in anti-clockwise direction, or we say counter-clockwise direction. So only one or two options are there for the directions of current, whether it is clockwise or counterclockwise. Here we are getting, that means for the magnetic field to be in upward direction, the current should be flowing in counterclockwise direction. So that is how it is explained. You can see this diagram also. Here magnetic flux increases, it's explained. Okay, and according to right hand rule, counterclockwise current is needed to produce a magnetic field in the upward direction. That is how we are getting the induced current in counterclockwise direction. Okay, now let's discuss another example. Here it is taken out. That means the moving bar magnet, it is taken out. First case is the same as we discussed earlier. Now coming to this case, second case, that means when the bar magnet is taken out. So when the bar magnet is taken out, the magnetic field in the downward direction. So this is the direction of magnetic field due to that north pole. That magnetic field is decreasing because bar magnet is moving away from the loop. So that field is decreasing. So the induced current should oppose that change. Here the field is decreasing means the induced current should produce a magnetic field which increases that magnetic field. That means the field due to induced current should be in downward direction. When the bar magnet is moving up, the magnetic field due to induced current should be in downward direction. So keeping the thumb of right hand in downward direction, when you curl the fingers, you can see the direction of current to be in clockwise. So when the bar magnet is moving away from the loop, the polarity induced or the direction of current is clockwise. This is how we can find the direction of induced current by Lenz's law. Another approach also is there, because the same logic we can apply here. That is, take the first case itself, that is when north pole approaches the loop. When the north pole approaches the loop, here in the first case, when it approaches the loop, it is coming towards the loop. So the change in that way also we can take, it is approaching now. So the magnetic field produced in the wire, that means in the loop, or the polarity of the magnetic field due to the induced current in the loop should oppose that change, means it is approaching. So the polarity produced due to the induced current should oppose it. Opposite means it should repel the bar magnet. The magnetic field produced by the induced current should repel the bar magnet. To repel the bar magnet, you know, here north polarity should be induced. Okay, here north polarity should be induced. Due to the induced current on the upper side of the wire loop, there should be north polarity. For north polarity to be induced, we know, we have already discussed, when the current flows in anti-clockwise direction or counterclockwise direction, the polarity will be north. So for it to be, the current should be in counterclockwise direction. In that way also we can explain. Both the explanations are correct using Lenz's law itself. In the second case, when the north pole is taken out, north pole is going away. So it is going away. So it should oppose. That means induced current should oppose that change. So it should attract. That means magnetic field produced in the wire should attract the bar magnet. So to attract here on the upper side of the wire loop, the polarity produced should be south. It should be south. So for south pole to be induced on the upper side of the wire loop, the current should flow in clockwise direction. So current flowing in the wire loop will be in clockwise direction. So in that way also we can explain the direction of induced current. So once again analyzing the situation. So when the north pole of the bar magnet is moving towards the wire loop, the direction of current induced is counterclockwise because it should produce a magnetic field in the upward direction. Now in the second diagram we have south pole of the bar magnet which is moving outwards. You can see the arrow mark is upwards. So it is moving outwards. The loop, from the loop it is going upward. So you know the magnetic field due to the bar magnet, you can complete that field lines. This is the direction of field lines. So field direction is in upward direction since here it is south polarity. So in the upward direction, when it is taken outward in the upward direction, the magnetic field is decreasing or the magnetic flux is decreasing in the upward direction. So here the change which is taking place is a decreasing magnetic flux or field in the upward direction. So induced current should produce a magnetic field in the upward direction. So holding the thumb in the upward direction, we can see that the direction of current, it is in induced current, it is in counterclockwise direction. Okay, or in other words, when we speak in terms of polarity, since south is receding away, that change is going away, no, that means bar magnet is taken away. So the field due to induced current in the wire loop, it should attract that south. For to attract that south pole, the polarity induced on the upper side of the wire loop, it should be north. So for north pole to be induced, the direction of current should be counterclockwise. So both the arguments are correct. In either way you can find, both are based on Lenz's law. Now coming to the next case, that is when the north pole is going away from the wire loop. When the north pole goes away from the wire loop, as we said here, south pole is to be induced on the upper side of the wire loop. South pole is to be induced. For south pole to be induced, current should flow in clockwise direction. Okay, so that case we have already discussed. Coming to the second case, when the south pole is moved towards the wire loop. This case, when the south pole is moving towards the wire loop, we know it is moving towards the wire loop. So wire loop should repel that south. So to repel that south, here south pole should be induced. On the upper side of the wire loop, south pole should be induced. For south pole to be induced, current should be flowing in clockwise direction. So this is the direction of current. Okay, or in other words also we can explain this direction. That means as south pole is moving down, in the upward direction the magnetic field is increasing. As the south pole is approaching the wire loop, in the upward direction the magnetic field is increasing. So the induced current should oppose that increase in magnetic field in the upward direction. So for to decrease the magnetic field in the upward direction, induced current should produce a magnetic field in the downward direction. So holding the right hand thumb in the downward direction, when we look for the current, it will be in clockwise direction. So in both the ways we can look for the direction of induced current. Now here comes another example. Here you have a solenoid, we can say, and bar magnet north pole, it is moving towards the solenoid. So induced current, it opposes that change. So when north is moved towards the solenoid, actually at that end of the solenoid, north pole is to be induced. North polarity is to be produced, for which the current should flow in anti-clockwise direction. So that is how we can use the Lenz's law here. Okay, so north approaching means north is to be induced to repel that bar magnet. So current should be in anti-clockwise direction. Then in the second example, this south is going away from the solenoid. South polarity is going away from the solenoid. So in that case, it is going away now. So this bar magnet, when it goes away, on this side of the solenoid, there should be north polarity. Then only it will attract. So for that, the current should flow in clockwise direction. Sorry, not clockwise, anti-clockwise itself, but north polarity should be produced. Then only it will be attracting that south pole which is going away from the solenoid. Now Lenz's law as the law of conservation of energy. So Lenz's law is actually called as law of conservation of energy. In what way it is called, that's what we are explaining. As we discussed, as the north pole of the bar magnet moved towards the coil, the magnetic flux through the coil is increasing. Hence, the current would be induced in the coil in such a direction that it opposes this increase in flux. This is possible only if the current in the coil is in counterclockwise direction with respect to an observer situated on the side of the magnet. This means the coil acquires a north polarity on its face towards the north pole of the magnet when it is approaching. This we have already discussed. Here when the north polarity of the bar magnet, north pole of the bar magnet approaches the loop, north itself will be induced on the loop so that current will be flowing in anti-clockwise direction. Now, if it is not so, so only two possibilities are there. Current can flow either in anti-clockwise direction or in clockwise direction. If this is not the situation, what will happen? So here, as per the Lenz's law, when the north pole approaches the wire loop, it should repel. When the north pole is going away from the wire loop, it should attract. That's what the Lenz's law says. So here when it is approaching, because of the induced current, it is repelling that north pole of the bar magnet. If it is not so, so we are thinking the reverse. What will happen? When we think about the reverse situation, here south polarity will be there and the current will be in clockwise direction. When the current flows in clockwise direction, the south polarity is induced on this side. Here south polarity will be there. Because of the south polarity, the magnet will be attracted towards the loop. Okay, so I repeat, if we think about the reverse case, we already discussed how to find the direction of induced current. But if it is in the other way, that means because of approaching north pole of the bar magnet, if a south pole is produced on the side of this wire loop, that south pole will be attracting this approaching bar magnet. So if such a situation comes, what we can say is, in such situations we need to just touch that bar magnet, then the rest will be taken. That means we need not move it continuously towards the wire loop. Okay, the bar magnet will be attracted towards the coil at an ever increasing acceleration. A gentle push on the magnet will initiate the process and its velocity and kinetic energy will continuously increase without expending any energy. That is a violation of what law of conservation of energy, or we can say work energy theorem. Only work done can be converted to energy. Here, if the south polarity is induced when north is moved towards the wire, if south polarity is induced on the side of the wire loop, it will attract. That means without doing any work, it is attracted, which is a violation of law of conservation of energy. With that, we conclude that Lenz's law is law of conservation of energy. And one more point is to be noted: when there is no relative motion between the magnet and the coil, there is no work done and hence no induced EMF or current. This shows the north pole receding away from the wire loop. When the north pole is receding away, then at that time south pole should be induced here on the side of the wire loop, which causes the current to flow in clockwise direction. So once again we conclude that Lenz's law is law of conservation of energy, and it gives the direction of induced EMF. With that, we conclude today's lesson. Thank you.